All right. Well, good evening, everybody. We're here to talk about lake effect snow. We're live on Facebook. I am live on the 7 News Facebook page and on my Kris Hudson Facebook page. So just to kind of give you an overview of what's going on, if you see me looking over here, there's a monitor for me to look at. If you see me looking over here, there's a monitor for me to look at. If you see me looking down here, I'm looking at Facebook comments. And over here, I'm also looking down at Facebook comments. So a lot of different things at play here, so bear with me as we're going through it. This is the first time that I'm doing a simulcasted Facebook Live here, but I figured being that we are expecting lake effect snow and having issues with blowing snow, that it's the perfect time to kind of try this and see how it goes for us. And I will say that this will take a little while for us to get through as far as the Facebook Live. So if you watch this after we're no longer live, you won't see the live icon up in your corner. So if you don't see that, we're not live. Also, what I'm going to be doing with this is going county by county with what I'm expecting for snowfall totals. So I will be listing off town names and village names and city names and those sorts of things as we're going throughout the Facebook Live here. And like I said, I will also be monitoring those comments on both the 7 News Facebook page and on the my Facebook page. So let's go ahead and get started. You can see right here back behind me, pulling this up full screen, we have very windy conditions here in the city of Watertown and blowing snow as snow is continuing to fall here. Kind of taking a live look throughout the entire North Country with our North Country cameras here. You can see that as this slowly loads up for us, that we do have snow falling for some locations. And the Holly Island camera right there is not showing up for some reason. But snowing here in Watertown, looks like it's snowing up around Potsdam and Canton as well. Also snowing down in Adams. So we do have those snow-covered roadways creating slick travel conditions. And I will go ahead and mention that that Jefferson County has issued a travel advisory. So they're advising you to stay home if at all possible. No travel ban. So far, have not heard of any travel advisories or anything for Lewis County or St. Lawrence County, but if that changes, I will keep you updated. Ashley, who is one of our people here at 7 News, Ashley, if you see one of those come in, can you let me know? That way I can share that here on Facebook as well. The bridge camera did come back. You can see that as well, and it is also kind of snowing and covered with snow up there. There was a quick heavy burst of snow. All right, a lot of you are probably wanting to see the radar and see what's going on here for us. With the snow, but you can see that lake effect snow still disorganized, starting to try to get going for us, and that's going to continue for us as well. As we go throughout the next several hours, it's going to get more organized and more intense for us. I'm going through some of your comments, trying to see if these comments are lining up on the two pages or if it's just on one. It looks like they're different for each one, so I'll have to keep that in mind. I do want to go ahead and zoom out here on our radar. You can see that very, very, very impressive band of lake effect coming off of Lake Erie just south of Buffalo. Take note of what it's doing. It's now becoming more of a westerly flow off of Lake Erie. That means that we're going to see more of a westerly flow for us off of Lake Ontario, even a southwesterly flow at times. That's going to be very important as we go throughout the next several hours, and it's going to have implications on our snowfall totals as well. I can say that people are asking how much snow that you're expecting in your location. I'm asking you very kindly, please hold on. I will go over that here just momentarily as far as what we're expecting by county, and I'm going to be going in depth and showing you who's expecting what. All right, as far as those warnings, we do have a winter storm warning, for Jefferson, Lewis, and most of St. Lawrence counties. That goes until 1 p.m. on Monday for Jefferson and Lewis counties, and then I believe it's 7 a.m. on Monday for St. Lawrence County. Also, a winter weather advisory for northern St. Lawrence County. So those of you that are watching in Messina, Norfolk, Waddington, over towards even Akwesasne, you are under a winter weather advisory, and that's until 7 a.m. on Monday. You're expecting accumulating snow there as well, just not as much snow as us here in Jefferson and Lewis counties. As far as the high wind warning, we still have a high wind warning for Jefferson and Lewis counties as well. And that will also be going until Sunday morning at 4 a.m. for Jefferson and Lewis counties. How strong are we expecting winds to get? Well, we will be gusting occasionally upwards of 50, maybe 55 miles per hour every so often. Excuse me. But the brown shaded area, that's where we're expecting the strongest wind gusts. And this is going to be a west-southwest wind, so not that southeast wind. Blizzard conditions will be likely at times. We've seen it every so often here in the city of Watertown when we get a big gust of wind with that blowing snow. Blowing snow will be a big issue for us as we go overnight tonight and throughout the day on Sunday. Let's go ahead and look at our current wind gust here throughout the Tri-County region. You can see 47 mile per hour wind gust for Watertown out at the airport, 28 mile per hour wind gust for Potsdam, 19 for South Russell, and 42 for Clayton. So winds are quite gusty for several locations. It looks like Lowville, things are still okay for you. Before I show you my forecast for snowfall totals, I want to show you what the National Weather Service in Buffalo is saying for Jefferson and Lewis counties. I'm going to go ahead and bring you back over to me in frame here to kind of talk about this for a moment. So on this map, you can see that they're saying 19 inches for Clayton. I think that is overdone. I don't think Clayton sees 19 inches of snow. And if you do, you've either gotten really lucky or really unlucky, depending on how you look at that. But showing 33.5 inches for the city of Watertown, I actually think that is a good bet. I think what's going on is the National Weather Service is just a little too far north with this lake effect band. So keeping that in mind, how much snow am I expecting here? Well, you're going to notice that it is a little bit different. And this is going to cover the entire North Country. You can see this yellow shaded area. We're talking 24 to 40 plus inches of snow. And I know that is a very wide range of possibilities. And you might be thinking and wondering, why is it that wide? Why do you have that big of a range? Well, I think most locations in this yellow shaded area will see 24 to 36 inches of snow. However, there will be pockets of snow where we're going to see 40, maybe a little bit more than 40 inches of snow, maybe 44 inches. And those are going to be pockets. And it's very, very difficult and almost impossible to tell exactly where those pockets of snow are going to be. So that's why you see that. And on your weather app, you're seeing 1 to 3 inches of snow being forecasted. And the reason for that is that's raw model data. This is me going over all the data and interpreting it, knowing what our topography is, and then coming up with forecasted totals. So a lot of your comments that are going through here on Facebook are people asking, how much snow am I expecting at my house? How much snow am I expecting here? And I know that is a very big question for us. So going back over to full screen, and we will start going county by county here to talk about how much snow we are expecting, starting out with Jefferson County. This is how much that we're expecting. Most of the county will be experiencing that 24 to 40 plus inches of snow. So the city of Watertown, Evans Mills, Fort Drum, Great Bend, Black River, over towards Natural Bridge, Philadelphia, Antwerp, Rodman, Rutland, Champion, Adams Center, Watertown Center, Adams, Rodman, Copenhagen, Champion, Carthage, West Carthage. Those areas will be seeing that 24 to 40 plus inches of snow. Best chance, I think, for over 36 inches is going to be Black River, Natural Bridge, Carthage, Rutland, and Rodman. Those are the locations that I think will have the best chance of seeing over 36 inches of snow. Now, if we're along the St. Lawrence River, remember, the National Weather Service is saying 19, almost 20 inches for the river communities. I'm thinking 6 to 12. That's because I have the band a little bit further south. So, Vincent, Clayton, Alexandria Bay, Theresa, Lafargeville, DePaulville, Lyme, Chameau, Point Peninsula. I'm expecting 6 to 12 inches for you. As far as in the red shaded area, we are talking about 12 to 24 inches. So that's going to be Sackett's Harbor, Dexter, Brownville, over towards Henderson Harbor, Belleville, Mansville. We'll be seeing that 12 to 24. Worth, you're going to be right on the line, anywhere from, say, 12 to 24 inches, I think is a good bet for you. Maybe a little bit more than 24 inches. And Lorraine, same with you. As far as looking at Lewis County, not to forget about you, zooming on into Lewis County, we can see some portions of Lewis County also expecting the 24 to 40 plus inches of snow. We are talking about Copenhagen, Denmark, over towards Natural Bridge, Diana, and Harrisville, expecting the heavier of the snow for portions of Lewis County, even those in Barnes Corners. Montague, you're going to be on the edge of the 12 to 24 to 24 to 40. I'm thinking that we are talking more about, say, around that 24 mark around Montague. Martinsburg, lower elevations for Martinsburg around State Route 12 and, say, State Route 26. We're talking about 6 to 12. You go up in elevation onto the Tug Hill Plateau, we're talking 12 to 24. West Turin, same thing with you. Turin, same thing with you. Lionsdale and Osceola, we're expecting 6 to 12 inches of snow. Lyons Falls, 6 to 12. And Greg, I think you will see about 12 to 24. Croghan as well, over towards Beaver Falls. All right, what about St. Lawrence County? Not to forget about you. We're slowly moving along here. All right, St. Lawrence County, Messina, Waddington. I think you see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of snow, probably around that 3 if you get lucky. As far as Winthrop and Lisbon and Ogdensburg, I think you're going to be seeing 3 to 6. Notice the very sharp cutoff in St. Lawrence County. Hopkinton, Canton, Potsdam, DeKalb, Rossi, and Hammond and Parrishville, you're expecting, say, 6 to 12. If you're in Russell, South Russell, Colton, Clifton, Star Lake, Wanakena, Fine, Fowler, Governor, you're expecting 12 to 24. And then as we get over towards Lewis County, towards Harrisville and Pitcairn, we are expecting 24 to 40 plus. And if I said Pitcairn wrong, I do apologize. If you're watching from Tupper Lake, I do think that you'll be seeing 6 to 12. So do take note of that, because this lake effect snow will be entering portions of Franklin County as well, because it's going to be strong lake effect snow that we're going to be seeing. Before we start timing this out, I'm going to go ahead and scroll through some of the comments to see if I can see what some folks are asking. If you're asking about how much you're expecting for your location, do know that I have just finished going through Jefferson, Lewis, and St. Lawrence County, talking about how much snow I'm expecting. So do take that into note, and then you can also go back and watch this Facebook Live once again after I am no longer live, because the video will be posted for you. All right, so let's go ahead and time out this lake effect snow for you over the overnight hours and going towards tomorrow morning. Here's Saturday at 8 p.m., about the time that we start this Facebook Live. Notice how disorganized this lake effect is, and that disorganization is going to continue. But I think as we get towards midnight tonight, that's when things start getting more organized for us. We start seeing a better band of lake effect snow. And then as we get towards tomorrow morning, we're going to see 2 bands of lake effect snow. One's going to be coming off of Lake Ontario, and one will be coming off of Lake Erie, connecting with Lake Ontario. That band will impact portions of southern Jefferson County. The band off of Lake Ontario, I think, will be impacting locations like Watertown, north into St. Lawrence County, and then the one off of Lake Erie will be impacting southern Jefferson into Lewis County. So do take note of that. We will also still have blowing snow and blizzard-like conditions at times as we get towards early Sunday morning. As we advance, we start going towards 12 p.m. You can see lake effect snow continuing, especially along the river communities, but that band will start shifting south towards southern Jefferson County and the typical snow belt areas by the time we get towards the later afternoon and evening hours. I think that band has settled from Watertown south. So that's going to be State Route 3 and south, even portions of southern St. Lawrence County, seeing that lake effect snow band as we go towards the afternoon and early evening hours. And then notice that lake effect band just sits there. It just sits there, snow continuing to pile up. We're expecting whiteout conditions at times overnight tonight. Thunder snow is possible as well as this band gets organized. And then as we get towards late Sunday night, early Monday morning, we're still seeing that lake effect band. Lake effect will continue as we go into Monday, as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We will have lake effect snow, but we're going to chop this forecast up just a couple days at a time to kind of go through our snowfall totals, because the band's going to be moving around for us. This is going to be a light, fluffy snow because look at the temperatures back behind me. We're talking temperatures going to be in the teens to lower 20s. So that means it's going to be a light, fluffier snow because there's less moisture in the atmosphere. But I also want to mention, we're the North Country. We know how lake effect snow works for those that have been here your entire life. So I want to note that if you go towards the St. Lawrence River, say Monday, you're probably going to be fine at times until that lake effect snow band shifts back north. And that's because the band of snow is going to be so narrow. We know that here. And if you're one of those soldiers that are new here to the area and you're watching this Facebook Live and you're trying to figure out what in the world is he talking about? What is lake effect snow? Why do we see this phenomenon here? So lake effect snow, it happens when cold Arctic air moves over Lake Ontario, when the lake is still relatively warm, which it is for this time of the year. It's about 40, 41 degrees. You get a difference in temperature between the upper levels of the atmosphere, the surface, and then the lake. You start getting a rising motion from that. If we have available moisture, like synoptic scale moisture like we have today, you start seeing heavy lake effect snow. If it's not a whole lot of moisture, then you see what we kind of call lake enhancement, and that's because the snow is not as intense as what we would say for lake effect. One thing that I've been getting a lot of questions about is people asking, what about if I'm going to Syracuse? Syracuse will not see this lake effect snow, and if they do, it's going to be very brief, and it's going to be from the lake effect snow coming off of Lake Erie. So if you have a flight to get out of Syracuse at some point or another this weekend or throughout the week, once you get south of, say, Jefferson County and northern Oswego County, south of Pulaski, I will say, you should be okay. I don't think flights will be impacted by the lake effect snow, but I do want to go ahead and go back over towards our radar to analyze it some more for you, to talk about it a little bit more, and go ahead and kind of talk about things and look at some of your comments here to answer comments. You can see as we kind of pause the radar, zooming on in, it is snowing here in the city of Watertown. Heavy at times over towards Philadelphia. Fort Drum, it looks like you're getting a little bit of a break. Wilderness seeing some lake effect snow over towards Harrisville. Oswegatchie, Clare still seeing some. Governor, you're getting a little bit of a break. Maybe some blowing snow. Montague, Lowville seeing some snow. Barnes Corners, Adams, down towards, say, Lorraine, Worth, Mansville, Ellisburg, seeing some snow. Belleville as well. Henderson, Sackett's Harbor, Dexter, and then out towards Point Peninsula and Pillar Point, we'll be seeing some snow. So just kind of zooming back out, you can see this, where it all is, and we're already starting to see those two different bands of lake effect. I'm going to circle them. So this is band number 1. It's disorganized coming off of Lake Ontario. This right here is band number 2, and that's coming off of Lake Erie. So we already have those two bands of lake effect that are impacting most locations here. And I do want to go over towards Buffalo once again, because a lot of times we look at the Lake Erie and the Buffalo area in western New York to kind of see what's going to be happening here, because they're first when weather's typically moving from west to east, and so what happens out there will typically happen here across the North Country. And I want to start looping this radar once again as we go through the past, say, 3 hours. And notice what this lake effect snow band is doing. It's moving around. That's going to happen with the band coming off of Lake Ontario as well. And as we get the full fetch of Lake Ontario, the lake effect snow band will become even stronger for us. So do take note in that. I want to go ahead and look at some more of your comments, looking through the ones on my Kris Hudson page, seeing what people are saying. Snowing and windy in Smithville. It's going to get even more snowy, and winds will continue to be gusting. Someone's asking, why is Carthage never on the weather maps? Becky, let me show you something. Becky. What's on the weather map here? Carthage. I have you on there. It's just sometimes we can't include all of the town names because there's just so many of them. So we have to kind of choose the higher populations and where people live the most, kind of put on the map, and you know where you're close to, so you can kind of guess based off of that. But that's why I have these zoomed in. We're showing more locations. That way you have a better idea of how much snow you are expecting. Someone saying, where is Carthage? Carthage right there, the 24 to 40 plus. Will probably be right around, say, that Say more around 2 feet to 36, I think Carthage will see, even West Carthage. So someone is saying, are we really going to say 24 to 40 inches of snow? I think so, yes. I think we really do see that. And once again, if you're just joining this Facebook Live, the reason that I'm saying 24 to 40 plus is because there's going to be pockets that see over 36 inches of snow. And it's just nearly impossible to make that detailed of a map that you can see and that you can understand, and also nail down exactly where that's going to happen. In this yellow shaded area, most locations will see 24 to 36, but there's that possibility that we see more. Someone goes, I think Watertown is way off. If it is, good for you for getting it right. If it's not, then here we go with me. I'm going to go through some more of your comments, going through the 7 News Facebook page and looking at this. I agree, we do need a break from all of the exhausting weather that we're seeing. We've seen a lot of it. Someone's watching from Florida. Can we come stay with you? Okay, I'm just joking. How long will the winds last? Winds will be gusting as we go into Monday, and then they will slowly start dying down from Sunday into Monday. Going through some more of your comments. It looks, some of it, at least 177 meets 11 is the 24 to 40. Are you asking about Adams Center? Yeah, Adams Center, I think 24 to 36 is a good bet for Adams Center. Going through some more of your, can the band shift more towards Star Lake? Don't worry, Star Lake. You will get in on this as well. We'll go ahead and switch back on over to our St. Lawrence County snow map. We are expecting Star Lake to get 12 to 24 inches of snow. Governor as well. Messina, Waddington areas, only 1 to 3, but still expecting just a little bit of snow from this. Going through some more of your comments. Someone's asking if I'll cancel a birthday party. I will be honest with you folks. One thing that I get often a lot is, should I cancel my travel plans? Should I cancel this? Should I cancel that? I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't cancel. What I will do is I'll give you the forecast, and then you can make that determination. And the reason that I do that is because I don't want to be responsible for your event or for your travel. I give you the forecast, and then you make the decision based off of the forecast. And if the forecast is wrong, then you can be mad at me. Most everyone is anyways, most of the time. Going through some more of the comments here. Yes, the snowmobilers, skiers, and snowboarders, snowshoers, they will be very, very happy because this is only round 1, folks. We have a lot more lake effect to get through. By next weekend, we are talking multiple feet of snow on the way. Would not be surprised to see the Tuck Hill Plateau have at least 50 inches or more of snow, and more likely well above 50 inches because of all the lake effect. Someone's saying it's not pretty on Outer Bradley Street. Yeah, the winds are very high. We can go ahead and take a look at wind gust once again. And then I want to also show county by county once again on how much snow that we're expecting. Winds for Watertown gusting to 51 miles per hour right now, 29 for Clayton, 35 for Fort Drum. Those are where we're seeing the strongest winds. And also 50 miles per hour for Barnes Corners. And then decreasing as we get into portions of St. Lawrence County. As far as how strong we're expecting those winds to gust, you can see this brown shaded area right here, 40 to 50 miles per hour. Maybe a little bit over that at times, as you can see that Watertown is gusted to 51. Maybe a little bit over 50 at times, but I think we're not going to see over 55. So that will be the good news for us. Blowing snow is going to be a big concern for us. Blizzard-like conditions as we go overnight because of the wind and the heavy snow. So going through some more comments before we go back county by county, talking about snowfall. totals and how much we can expect. Someone's asking if I can call in Monday. I don't make that call, and I don't think your boss would be happy if I did. I don't think that my snow day request will work for you. But hey, school will be closed on Monday. I will say that. School's canceled Monday. No school. It's a holiday. Yes, if you have travel that you actually absolutely have to do, make sure that you are uh, allowing extra time. Take it slow. Don't be going 50 miles an hour when you're seeing whiteout conditions. That's just not smart. So look through the 7 News Facebook page, see what some comments are talking about, see what they're asking. What's your take on northern Oswego County? I think you see very heavy snow as well. A lot of the questions that have been coming in is, what about my area? So let's go ahead and go right back down county by county. Let's start with Jefferson County on how much snow we're expecting. Going ahead and bringing you back full screen. You can see in the yellow shaded areas, we're expecting 24 to 40 inches of snow. Most locations in this area, I can't say this enough, will see 24 to 36. But there is the possibility that we see more. It's just really hard to pin down exactly where we're going to see that. In that purple area along the St. Lawrence River, Alexandria Bay, Clayton, Orleans, Cape Vincent, Lyme, Chameau, Pillar Point, or not Pillar Point, but Point Peninsula. You know what I'm saying. Words are hard right now. Theresa, Lafarge, DePaulville, we're expecting 6 to 12 inches of snow. In the red shaded area, that's going to be Sackett's Harbor, Dexter, Brownville, Henderson, Mansville, Belleville. We'll be seeing that 12 to 24. I think if you're in Adams Center, Rodman, Rutland, Champion, Carthage, West Carthage, Great Bend, Black River, Natural Bridge, Wilna, Watertown, Evans Mills, Fort Drum, Philadelphia, and Antwerp, we'll be seeing 24 to 36. But there's that possibility that we will see more than that. So that's why I have 40 on the map, because it's going to be very hard to say exactly where we're going to see that. Let's go ahead and go over towards Lewis County, see how much snow we're expecting there. Lowville, I think 12 to 24. Martinsburg, lower elevation, 6 to 12. You go up in elevation on the Tug Hill Plateau, we're talking 12 to 24. Montague, part of Montague will see 12 to 24. The other part, say 12 to 36. Worth, you'll be seeing 24 to 40. Redfield in northern Oswego County, we're talking about 12 to 24 inches. Osceola, 6 to 12. West Turin, going to be seeing, say, 6 to 12. Lyons Falls as well. Lyonsdale, seeing 6 to 12. Krogan, Beaver Falls, say Gregg, we'll be seeing at 12 to 24. Going back over towards St. Lawrence County, going through these once again with you, we can see that Messina and Waddington areas will be seeing 1 to 3. Winthrop and Lisbon will be seeing that 3 to 6. Notice the very sharp cutoff there. Ogdensburg also 3 to 6. Hammond, Rossi, DeKalb, Canton, Potsdam, Hopkinton, and Parishville will be seeing 6 to 12 inches of snow, is what I'm thinking. In the red shaded area, Russell, Colton, South Russell, Fine, Clifton, Star Lake, Wanakina, and Fowler and Governor will be seeing 12 to 24 inches. Tupper Lake, you're in that 6 to 12. In the yellow shaded area, we're talking about the Harrisville area. We're talking 24 to 40 plus. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Harrisville area picking up around that 40 plus inches of snow. Someone says it's snowing like crazy in Copenhagen. I bet it is. Can we expect power outages? I wouldn't be surprised to see power outages for some locations, but I'm not expecting the widespread power outages that we saw Tuesday into Wednesday. So that is some great news for us. Going through some more comments to see what people are asking and saying. Amelia, I think that you will be seeing, say that 24 to 36 inches. go ahead and go back over to our wide view so we can see all of our locations all together here in our snowfall map as one. That way, as I'm going through some of these comments, you can kind of look at the map and see. I do have those highways turned on for you, so you can see 177, State Route 12, State Route 26, State Route 3, US 11, and State Route 37 on the map to help go through where you are. Someone said that they're just below Oswego and they're thinking of all of us. We appreciate that. And I can't stress this enough, folks, that this is the North Country. We're used to this snow. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. But it is impactful weather that we're seeing, and it's going to continue to be that way. So that's why we're here. We're updating you on what to expect and what's going on. And that's all that we can really do is kind of keep you updated. And you can see here in Watertown, things have quieted down for at least a little bit, maybe a little bit of light snow falling as this lake effect is getting organized for us. I'll go ahead and switch on over to radar back behind me so you can see that. Also, while I have the opportunity to say it, I want to say thank you to the people here that have been restoring power, to the tree services that have been removing trees, our plow crews that are out plowing all of this, our first responders, firefighters that are volunteers, even the city of Watertown firefighters, Ogdensburg, all those locations, and our sheriffs and police departments. Thank you for everything that you're doing out there working in the storm and making sure that people are safe. Going through some more of your comments. Someone says, since the lake is still warm, do you think we will see a lot of lake effect snow in February and March? It's possible. I will be completely honest with you. I have not looked at the long range. I've been so focused on the crazy weather that we've been having that I've been focused on what's going on here currently. Let's see here, going through some more comments. Sorry, I had to take a drink there, but someone's asking about snowfall rates. Snowfall rates will likely reach at least 3 inches an hour once this lake effect does get organized. Thunder snow will be possible as well. Whiteout conditions, blizzard-like conditions will be possible as well. And you might be wondering, hey, why don't we have a blizzard warning? That's because we're not going to reach that criteria for a blizzard warning. We'll have blizzard conditions, but it's not going to be for the amount of time that we need it to be for blizzard warnings to be issued for us here across the North Country. Someone's asking if I'll be doing an update tomorrow. Yes, I'll be doing updates throughout the day. I get to work about 3:30 in the afternoon tomorrow. So I'll have updates then. Of course, we'll be on Channel 7 at 6 o'clock tomorrow with an update. I will be going home early tomorrow because I have to work the early shows on Monday morning and the noon. So John Kubis will be in Sunday night at 11 p.m. to keep you updated. But I will, of course, keep you updated on Facebook as well. Someone's asking, what is thunder snow? Thunder snow is when you have lightning and thunder and it's snowing. It can also help increase your snowfall rates and intensity because it's more convection with the storm. Someone's asking, will Hammond get a lot of snow? I think Hammond will say that, I believe, let's go ahead and pull it back up. Hammond will be seeing that 6 to 12 inches. See, a lot of you are telling me to get some rest. I'll be doing the best that I can. I've been trying to do the best that I can with getting some rest. It's hard at times. Just going through some last minute comments to see if there's anything that I haven't answered just yet, to see that I can answer that. But I think that we have been here on Facebook for over 30 minutes now. I think my voice would like a little bit of a break before I have to do the 11 o'clock newscast. Once again, just going through some of the comments here. So if I get quiet, that's why. All right, so I don't think there's any comments that I haven't answered just yet. So I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to go ahead, get off here on Facebook Live in this. Once again, you can go back and watch it. It will be posted in full. We went through county by county talking about how much snow that we are expecting for Jefferson, Lewis, and St. Lawrence counties. I mentioned town names. So a lot of information that you can go back and watch here. But I do believe that that's going to wrap things up for us here. Once again, we are expecting 24 to 36 inches of snow, some locations more than that, and winds will be gusting upwards of 50 miles per hour out of the west-southwest as we go overnight tonight and throughout the day on Sunday, creating blizzard-like conditions. So make sure that you are staying home and, of course, staying safe as we are going through this storm. And lake effect will be continuing as we go through all week long. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on all the details to expect. Between me, John Kubis, and Beth Hall, we'll keep you updated all week long. For that, go ahead, have a great evening, and be safe.